Hey guys, good evening, this is George. So what do? You make yourself a coffee, fire up the beast, and make a few adjustments to your live stream before you go live, and then you press a button and here you are. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to make a comment about my really good friend Brian. Today he wasn't shooting well, and there was one factor that was, causing most of his sevens. It was just, double pitching, mostly caused by middle finger. The middle finger has to be placed very precisely. I would say high up as opposed to low down. Or if you're going to place it down, place the rest of your fingers low as well. So if it's going to be high up, the other fingers have to be in line with it, so that you don't create this asynchronization, this out of sync action between the two dice. So what we did in the end, I told him to create more distance, to shoot towards the left as opposed to shooting straight. The only thing I wanted to do is to create more distance between the left and the right die when they landed to the back wall. So if you do that, you overcome your mechanics, your own mechanics. If there is something else I would like to say on this, is that there are days that, we just don't shoot well, and there are no guarantees that I'm gonna shoot any better than he did today. So what do we do to try and be consistent? I guess we do the same steps over and over again. Make sure our thumb is placed correctly, make sure our middle finger is placed 50-50 on the dice, make sure our dice are tight, pressed together. And we shoot. Dice out. Pause, backswing, throw. 3-4. Double pitched it. Here we go. Submit that. Repeat last. So what are the observations I'm making? I was on a 3-2, 3-6. I double pitched the top side. It was on axis, so that's the best news I could get. Let's try and make sure that the middle finger is 50-50 and the other fingers are, of course, on the same line. Dice out. It was 2-4-6, so that was okay, but here we go, 3-2, 3-6. Again, no roll, because I'm on a very bouncy surface. That's it. Hard 10. That's implosion of the right die. Not ideal. I think the other thing that is important is to actually criticize your throws. Because if you don't criticize them and you say, oh, it was a hard 10, big money maker, etc., etc., that kind of defeats the point of, you know, being a good shooter. You have to say what was bad, what was... In this case, the off-axis shots are bad. The second bad thing about it is that we hit the 5 on axis, the left 5. Five, 4, that's good. Could have got the 4 with it. 5, 4, 9. Secondary. What I didn't like about this was the fact that the dice drifted. So let's get specific about wanting it to be on axis and trying not to drift the dice so that we don't consider ourselves any less random than anybody else. Nice. 4-2. Didn't like that either. Hey SJ, hi, Matt Slide Mac is in the house. Cadillac Jack is in the house. Well, for the time being, I'm not very happy with my throwing. I think the release leaves a lot to be desired, but we'll push through. Hopefully, as I throw more, mechanics are going to settle. That's all. 3-1-4. I like this shot a little bit better. Felt more natural, but again, left eye drifted to the left, so not that happy with that. That was a secondary. Six-two, that's explosion of both dice. Not happy. Like this shot. 426, nope. Again, explosion, right. I wouldn't be able to tell whether this was a 4.2 or a 2.4 if I was using the same color dice. And that's a problem in this case. Here we go. So what's happening here is that I am pushing the dice to open and reveal what's inside. So I'll try my very best to go right at the top of the dice, just barely touching them, positioning them down, bring them back. Dice up. 6-4, again explosion, even though I tried my best not to make that happen, and that's a front line. The 6 is explosion left. Henry, how are you, sir? JR, how are you? Duracell, oh my goodness. Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Happy premature. I don't feel comfortable just yet. Maybe the army's, you know, warming up or whatever, but a large element of my throws could easily be considered as random. So I'm gonna try and put a bit more skin on the left die. Dice out. Right foot back. 1-5. Now it's implosion of both dice. Both dice of axis imploded. That kind of worries me more. Alright, so let's come down. Hey Blazer, how are you? That felt good, but again, it's an explosion of both dice, 6-8. I know I'm complaining, but I'm just being very honest with you. The 3-2, 3-6, it's okay if you explode both dice. It's fine, the 6-2 is okay. The 1-5 is not as okay. So we just exploded to the 6-2. I would rather have something which is on, you know, on axis. My thumb came up quite a bit. Nice up. Two, 6, 8, there you go. I just put a lot of pressure between the thumb and the middle finger and it happened. Here we go. I do miss the briefcase. Yeah. I think I was I didn't realize it at the time, but I'm sure I was a laughing stock of the whole YouTube craps community, which is okay. Because I was so passionate, I wanted so much to take part and to be counted, I guess, as somebody who likes craps. That I was using my plastic table and my briefcase as a back wall. That was a nice shot, even though it was a 5-2-7 explosion of the right die, 5-2. I felt very comfortable with that shot, so look at that. It was a 5-2 with a 4-3 as well, just in case. Oh, that was a 12, okay. Actually, that briefcase was a briefcase that my father gave to me when I joined the profession. I am what you call a CPA, so I think in the States it's called CPA. And I followed my father's footsteps in that respect. So. Here we go. Pin counter, okay, I'll have that in mind. There we go. Let's repeat the last, so make it easy if everybody's set. I think the only adjustment I'm going to do is just quarter turn my dice, 2, 4, 6, 4. Make it a little bit more difficult for the explosion 7s to show up. Dice. 6 to 8. There's one explosion. Hey Alfredo. Hi Arnold. Hi everyone. Craps pro athlete. I like that one. So from here we just opened up the dice to 6-2 again. Whoa! Larry, welcome back. Are you back or are you still on holiday? I think Larry was in Belize doing diving or something, which is fantastic. Something I never dreamt of doing. Well, welcome back, man. We missed you. 2464. Five, that's six. Okay. That's a front line. But did you see we got the sixes? So the explosion of the left eye happened here. Alright, I'm gonna go 1315. Keep it exploded 3656. It's a good set. Crapsee Pete Assassin CPA. Oh, you guys are crazy. You come up with all these names. That's up. Oh shit, 3-4. That was implosion. Lost money. Okay, so oh, is it come out? It is a come out. I didn't lose money, so it gives me a chance. Alright. Hey, Bird Dog, waiting on the craps table. Okay. Here we go, let's go 3636. Hard reset. So I'm experiencing a lot of axes. 5-4, okay. It's like a dead drop. 5-4. Hard 8. What's primary? Let's do 4-1-4-1. Dice up. 6-4-10, secondary. Hey bro, I wish you the very best. I hope you kill it today. If you're well rested, you deserve good, comeback. Let's go. That's up. Two on three of axis, I like that. Two one set. That's up. Hard 10, that's a beauty. Primary. Did we need it? Nope. It's good to get it. Alright, let's go with a 5-3-5-3. Six, 3, 9. Of axis 6. What's the front line? Six, 3, 6, 3. Five, 3, 8. Surprise, surprise. Of axis 5. Let me just put the 9 back up. That's up. 4, 6, 10. You can argue that for the gambling losses. But there has to be, you have to make profits. I believe in America, you have to make profits, and if you can prove that there were losses across the year with receipts or a statement from your casino, then perhaps you can claim back some of those losses. That's up. Part 6, that's a primary. Of course, my advice would be to seek advice from a qualified American tax professional. I know, it's not nice to tell people that, but we are on YouTube, and unsolicited advice could actually land me in trouble. But I believe in some states you are allowed to claim back some of the losses as long as you've got the evidence for it. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Take care, Henry. Merry Christmas, man. But I think, Arnold, you are in the Philippines, so I doubt that your government is willing to give anything back. There's a 358 front line. Guys, I think there's a couple of rules that apply. From what I know, any wins below 1200, I don't think you need to even bother, with that, regardless of what the odds were. Anything above that, you need to consider a couple of things. Was the bet made at over 300 to 1 and it won? If that's the case, then you're liable. If it's got to do with a craps bet, anything but the fire bet, which the full fire bet is 1,000 to 1, and the lucky shooter I think is 300 and something to 1. Anything below that, regardless of the amount of money you win, is not taxable. So the ATS, because it's 150 to 1, does not carry tax burden on it. And I think this is what I've learned online. So please, again, disclaimer, check with a tax professional. Six, 3, 9. Really? Cool. Nice to know that. Actually work for a company, for a US company and subject to IRS taxation. Got you, man. Understand. I thought you were, a tax expert. What's a 1, 2, 3? See, I get all the easy repeaters. I don't get the ones which are worth getting, basically. 1, 2, 1, 2. Five, 1, 6. Got the 6 as well. Clay, I think it's anything over 300 to 1. So even at that, 999 is still going to be taxable, I think. So I'd be very careful with that. Five, 1, 5, 1. There you go. 314, that's a new one. Okay, Alfredo knows best, 35021. So there was a discussion. I watched the video just to know. So I could be very wrong, and I do apologize if I gave misleading information on that. .16, that was a double pitch, and the way the dice flew out of my hand, kind of knew that was going to happen. 1-6 and 1-6. Oops, sorry. So that was a 19. Not bad. Alright, so let's go, let's consider what happened with Brian today. He was throwing on his table and he was getting requests from different people. A lot of those people were asking him to throw sets like a 4-2-4-2, knowing full well that they saw him double pitch all those times, and they still asked for a 4-2-4-2, just knowing full well that the hardware set was inappropriate for what his mechanics were. If anything, they should have asked for an all-7 set so that they would actually help him correct his mechanics. What I did was I asked him to go to the left, and he thought that from here he should go somewhere here, but in fact I went right over here into the hook, and I think it was part of my mistake. By doing that, I wanted his mechanics to remain the same, but for this dice, for the left die, to travel a little bit more than the right die so that it would self-correct into a meaningful result. And it did self-correct a couple of times. Unfortunately, we got an off-axis 7, so... Alright, so what are we going to do now? We're going to do a 3-6-3-2. Reversed set. There we go. Let's put some bets down. Pick last. Okay, Arnold, you raised a very good question because I don't really tell people what the hybrid sets are. Basically, you take a V set, and you just quarter turn the die, 1/4 turn basically, either like so or like so. That's a hybrid. It's not the original set with the 3 and 3 next to each other. You just make them 3 and 3 here. So that's a hybrid set. Another hybrid set would be an extreme, where you go 3-2-4-1, where you double pitched the 3 is at the bottom. And what you're trying to do by doing that is to actually cure your bad mechanics or your double pitching mechanics. And I guess that's another good set, basically, if you're having these problems. Here we go. Dice are out. Going towards the center a little bit because I don't want the interaction with the right side wall. Hard 10. I can see the hard 8 there, but there was an implosion of the right die. No, don't do that. I think if you quarter turn the die off, like so or like so, what you're doing is you're no longer throwing V sets or cross sixes, you're throwing either kissing sets or hardways. So, most probably kissing sets. Let's all come down. So I'm gonna go 5, 4, 5, 6 because I'm using the. Was I using a 3, 6, 3, 2? Yeah, it was. Okay, so by getting a hard 10, I avoided a 7 on the 3, 2, 3, 6. That's out. One for 5, double pitch. Sorry, what was the set? 5, 4, 5, 6. So the 1, 4, 5 is a drift. So we go to 5, 1, 5, 4. This. 1, 4, 5. That's primary. Last 2 hits. Hey Marvel, how are you, sir? Happy holidays to you. So it's a 5, 1, 5, 4. That's all. 2, 1, 3. A secondary. Okay. Three, 2, 3, 1. Two, 3, 5. Secondary. 2, 3. Six, 2, 6, 3. Dice up. For 1, 5. That's explosion left. 2, 4, 2, 1. Ah, 2, 5. Double pitch. Kept the axis, nothing more. I think I only hit 5s. Few 5s, a 10 and a 3. Okay. So 1, 5, 6, 5. Dice up. Six, 4, 10. Explosion right. One, 5, 6, 5. Dice up. 5, 4, 9. Explosion right. Dice up. 1, 2, 3, secondary. Kissing fours, 1, 5, 6, 5. What we want to achieve is one die of axis. This is success for this set. Dice up. 1, 3, 4, yes. There are my 2 hits. I don't need anything more. Just go across 480. 4 numbers, so I can go to 1, 3, 6, 3, kissing 5s. Nice. 2, 1, 3 of axis 2. We had that one. 2, 1, 5, 1 kissing 4s. Four, 3, that's a drift. That's the only thing that I was worried about. 4, 3, 7. All right, so what are we doing? We are at 44. Do you guys mind if I just stop there? So by switching sets, were you hoping for another explosion left? What we do hope for is that there is some level of consistency. So if you recognize that there is a warning sign in what you do, for example, we just do this somewhere where you guys can see it. Okay. Here we go. This is a 3, 2, 3, 6 set. I believe that this set is more prone for this movement of the dice to cause problems. 1, 6, 6, 1 at the top. And for this die to go inwards and do the 2, 5 and 5, 2 on the other side. As opposed to this. As opposed to this. 6s, aces. Or this. Heart 4, heart 10. Now, if you're on this set, 3, 6, 3, 2, then you don't care about this part or this part. But you do care about this, 5, 2. And you do care about this, 6, 1. So, when you see a result which, for example, in this particular set, an explosion happens, which is this action, but it happens here on a 5, 3, get worried. Change the set, go to a 3, 2, 3, 6, so that you get a 6, 3, 9 and not be as worried. So these are the things, these are the signs that I look out for. When I'm shooting, and I was trying to make Brian aware of something. He was shooting a 3, 2, 2, 3 set, which is a kissing 6s set. I think it was a 3, 2, 2, 3. And he got a hard 6 result. And I said, warning, this is a warning, you are shooting too much on axis. It's the wrong set for on axis. Because you have 2, 5 here waiting for you, hard 8, which is a nice number obviously, but another 5, 2 here. So the 3, 2, 2, 3 is great for avoiding double pitching and for staying primary. But single pitch, regardless of how the dice move, single pitch, let's say you move this way, you get a hard 4, hard 10 on the other side, but this one is a 4, 3, and the other side is a 3, 4. That's why I consider this set a little bit dangerous, But if you're not throwing single pitches and you're throwing mostly off axis, you're fine. But you're just as fine doing a 3, 2, 4, 2, which is what I use. I have the 7s on top, or they could be here, but I'm already double pitched. I'm already on a 7, so if I single pitch the set, there is no 7, If I double pitch, yes, I get 2.5, but it's only 2 I get. Whereas with a single pitch, the 4.5.5.4, either way you pitch it, you get either the 4.3 or the 5.2 here. So this is why it's dangerous. Be off axis as much as you can with the kissing sets. That's the secret to their success. All right, let's do one last time and we call it repeat last. All right, what shall we throw? 3.262. This is gonna be a 5.356 set, but I'm going to start like so. 3.262. Implosions are going to kill me with a 1.6 or a 3.4. Nice. 3.5 is fine, it's on axis, secondary. Merry Christmas, Clay. You take care, Larry. Three, 6, 5, 6. Nice up. Five, 4. That's a drift, I think. 5, 4. Yes, it is. Five, 6, 4, 6. Nice up. For 5, that's explosion of both. Means I'm on the right set. For 151. For 6, secondary, axis. For 5, 6, 5. Two, 4, 6. The 4 is an explosion. Right. Still on the right set. Two, 1, 4, 1 dice up. 5. So 2, 1, 4, 1, 6, 5 is, oh, danger. 5 is implosion. Right. 6, 4, 5, 4. That was explosion left, and the right die went to the bottom, 5, 2, 7. And that concludes our thing. Probably lost a bit there. So, guys, this is as far as I can go. 72.5 was okay. 51 inside. 4s and 10s did really well, especially the 10, I would say. No extremes, no snake eyes, no 12s. Field did okay. And 3.25 on the quality scale, that's quite good compared to a 2.41. Uncle Hoku, I think I'm going to call it here because I need to go and rest. But I do thank you. I will accept the rebuy. But thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Blazer, Clay, Larry, CJ, and Marble, and Arnold, and everybody else. Thank you so much, Duracell, and Big Money. I wish you the very best, guys. The very, very best for Christmas. I hope that you have a great reunion with everyone that you love. Thank you, SJ. The very best to you, and my best regards as always to your lovely wife, Hazel. Thank you, guys. This is George. Dice are out.